Hello, BookTube. Well, I have another book haul, believe it or not. The final book haul of this week, the final book haul of David's visit. David Murphy is visiting me. He is not in this video because although we went to another charity shop that had tons and tons of books, the most I've ever seen at a charity shop, he's a bit booked out. We went to the post office to mail heaping boxes of books of his own back to him in Minneapolis. Uh, so he didn't get anything. And I said, well, perhaps you could be on camera anyway and just chat about the books that I got. Because, of course, I got a pile of books. I absolutely don't need them, but I got a pile of books anyway. But then we both realized that he can't both be on camera and be doing chores at the same time now, can he? so he's off if you hear clattering or whatnot. He's off doing stuff like that. But I got a ton of books. This is the last time that I'll be getting a ton of used books on this channel for a while. So I thought we'd go through them together. The first one is a paperback, Carlos Baker's biography of Ernest Hemingway, really the definitive early biography of Hemingway. I've had this as a hardcover. I've had this as a trade paperback. I have the mass market. I don't go to it often, but Baker is a really good storyteller. So when I want to confirm an anecdote about Tolstoy or dispel an anecdote, I go to him. Then this one is really the fates giving me one last thumb in the eye. Because when we got back from our escapade today, we went to, what's the name of the place? It's just a gigantic retail store for just everything you could, in the world that you could possibly think of, all at cut rate retail prices. Was it, they all blur together for me because I don't ever get to these places because I don't have a car. I don't think it was Costco. What? Where did we go today?
We went to Target.
Target. That's right. We went to Target, and we went to the post office, and we went to this charity shop with a huge number of used books, and lugged the books back here after a week of getting 100 or 150 books. And then I took the bean out for a walk, and we passed a little free library where I found a book and actually took it. And I found this. It's the trade paperback of The Mote in God's Eye by Larry Niven and Jerry Pournelle. I've never seen this trade paperback before. Big operatic book about something mysterious emerging from a black hole. This trade paperback has huge blurbs on it from science fiction authors saying it's the best thing since sliced bread. I reread this years ago, and I'm going to give it another try. So that's why I grabbed it from a little free library, even though I don't need books. Then I found something. This is by Robert Cano. This is something that I've mentioned. It's come up in conversation with David while he's been here, including especially when we were at the Brattle and we were looking at their huge World War II wall. This is a book about the trials at Nuremberg, and it's my favorite one. It's Justice at Nuremberg, which I've never had the luck to find. This trade paperback, it's Carolyn Graff, I think. It's Carolyn Graff. This trade paperback is not well made. No trade or mass market paperbacks by Carolyn Graff are ever well made. Unfortunately, it was a complaint that I always heard from my customers when I sold these things in bookstores, and it was always a caution that I gave to them too. You're looking at this new murder mystery. Well, it looks appealing, I agree, but that paperback's going to fall apart on you. Nothing we can do about that. But this did have a hardcover. I have no idea when I'll ever find it, so I grabbed it. I'll be careful with it. It's in obviously perfect condition. A lot of the books there were pretty impressive. There was only one thing that I left behind. It would have been a duplicate, so I would have gotten it only to send it to one of you. That yellow trade paperback of the complete Western short stories of Elmore Leonard, I left that behind. I found this thing, Otto Penzler. This is one of his big books, these floppy, oversized trade paperbacks with the double columns. This is Christmas Murder Mysteries. I have a whole shelf of these things, and I believe this completes the shelf. I believe this means I have all the ones I want. Then we have something that has been, you've seen it on my channel many times. I have hauled it from the Brattle. I think I've had this channel long enough so that I got a copy of it in the mail. Is that right? Oh, no, 2013. But every time I show it on this channel, somebody immediately pops up their hand and says, I live in a book desert. It's in Death Valley. It's uphill both ways. I'm poor and old. So please send me that book. So I do. I found another copy. I'm going to try and hold on to this one. One of the rare sports biographies that I liked so much. I actually want to keep a hardcover copy of it. I don't think I have many of those. I think I have Arthur Ashe's book here somewhere. But this is The Kid by Ben Bradley, about Ted Williams. And there you've got a painting on the cover, and you've got this big, thick thing. It's like 900 pages long, 800 pages long. And I loved it. I thought it was fantastic. And it's also one of those books, or two of the books on this pile here, that work on me. The type I've mentioned before, where you get it, you read it, you get rid of it, or you keep it, you put it on the shelf, but it sticks with you. You keep thinking about scenes or quotes from it. And this, believe it or not, is one of those books. This is a biography I should definitely have. So I saw it at this charity shop and grabbed it. This next one is, this is Gordon Prang, who is famous for At Dawn We Slept, his great book about the attack on Pearl Harbor. And this, I am not familiar with. I think David is more familiar with this than I am. This is December 7th, 1941. And it's a whole bunch of his writings on Pearl Harbor. This book is a moment-by-moment, richly detailed chronicle account of a day that will live in infamy that combines an analysis of major events and an oral history from the military and civilians who were there, based on the author's lifelong impeccable research, as well as on hundreds of interviews with first-hand witnesses. I have two, I think, of his books on Pearl Harbor, but I don't have this one, so I grabbed it. Okay, this is the other one. This is the other book that has stuck with me. I haven't been able to forget huge scenes and bits, and especially the dramatic payoff at the end. This came out, also 2013. I think I reviewed this for Open Letters. This is The Madonna on the Moon by Rolf Bardick, and it's translated by David Dollenmeyer. And it's, I don't know. I don't know why it works on it. Of course, the type of book I'm talking about, the type that just sticks with you and you're going to keep going back to it. You can never predict why that will be. It's not always a question of quality. Oh, this is a well-done novel about the gypsy people, and one gypsy in particular, one young man who is incredibly conflicted because, of course, they're being herded and crushed by the Soviet state. And there's so much more to it, and elements of whimsy where you least expect it. And like I mentioned, an ending that's extremely well done. So when random fate at a charity bookstore serves me up one of these books, much less two of them, I grab them. And I just will make a point of not getting rid of them again. And then to finish up, we have two more examples of the kind of anthology volumes that I've shown you a few times this week, a few times in other book hauls, whether it's by Avenel or whoever. Who does this? Wings books, right. These publishers like that, Fall River or Avenel or Wings, they pop up, they make their overhead on remainders and repackaging old manuscripts. So they're not purchasing anything other than that. And I love them. I love those volumes. And I found two of Agatha Christie to finish this up. We have 5 complete Miss Marple novels, and whoever put these together picked 5 great Miss Marple novels. There are plenty of Miss Marple novels that aren't good. We have The Mirror Cracked, A Caribbean Mystery, Nemesis, What Mrs. McGillicuddy Saw, and what I consider to be the best Agatha Christie mystery, or Miss Marple mystery, The Body in the Library. All in one volume, like that. And then I also found another Agatha Christie volume, 5 complete novels of murder and detection. That looks like it wanders around Agatha Christie, Hercule Poirot, and also at least one, The 10 Little Indians, that isn't either. So I will add these to my huge shelf of collected volumes like that for when you don't want an ebook, for when you want to put a bookmark in something and walk it around the room with you. And that's it. Not a long video. That is the final book haul of David's visit. He didn't get anything, so it was just me, and I'm not getting any other secondhand books for a good long time. so we have 2 collected volumes of Agatha Christie with these nice embossed covers. It's really neat. We have The Madonna on the Moon. Amazing to see it in suburban Massachusetts. Glad to have it. We have December 7th, 1941, another book by Prang about Pearl Harbor that I don't think I've read. We have The Kid by Ben Bradley, about Ted Williams, who was a monumental a-hole, but he's fascinating to read about. He's basically the whole story of baseball. Then the Big Book of Christmas Mysteries, this great vintage cover there. Justice at Nuremberg. The Moat in God's Eye, just snapped up from a little free library, as if I need more books. And finally, Carlos Baker's biography of Ernest Hemingway. I've read plenty of other Hemingway biographies. I keep going back to his. I like it. It seems more aware, more self-conscious. And that's it. Those are the last books of this week. Now, as a public service announcement, those of you who have been watching this channel for a long time will already know this, but there are plenty of you who are new. As a public service announcement, I should get on the therapist couch and confess something to you, which is that I love having company. I love having friends over, and when they go, even though I've known all along they were going to go, I mope. I wander around here. I run my hand across book spines. I sigh out of windows. I pick up Frida in my arms and just walk around with her, even though she doesn't particularly like that, and will be saying the whole time, "What the hell's wrong with you?" in German. That's going to happen. I have tried many times to snap out of it, as Moonstruck would say, and I can't do it. So it's unlikely there are going to be videos tomorrow. It's even possible that there won't be videos on Sunday. And those of you who are already thinking, and maybe thinking about making a smart, clever Hans comment about how the fact that I mope when I have a friend who leaves is yet another canine trait, kindly zip it. I've heard that many, many times before. But anyway, so I just wanted to warn you. This has been an absolutely great week, and I don't want it to end. So it's going to end, and I'm going to mope. But worst case scenario, I will still be back on Monday. So the worst case scenario, I will see you all then. So until then, thank you, BookTube. Do you want to say goodbye? Shout out goodbye.
Goodbye, BookTube.
All right, now back to the bathroom with you.